So I've just started recording it. So what we'll do, as I said, we'll do a quick recap of what we did yesterday, and then we'll come back to what we are going to learn today. Let me know once you guys are able to see my screen.
All right.
Okay. Are you able to see it now? Yeah.
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 Okay. So I will not be able to see who is joining, right? So if you see Abhik or Gitesh joining, just call out. Okay.
All right.
So what we learned was, okay. Before we go there, we always need to measure key things like length, weight, volume, and time. These are the four things that we mostly measure. Okay. Length, as in you measure the length of your uh, any object on the surface. You measure the length of your a string. You measure the length or distance between two places. Then you measure, you look at even distance in miles for from one place to another, right? So basically anything that is between 2 points that you measure. Okay, you'll say, okay, Starbucks is uh 3 miles from my place. Walmart is 1.5 mile from my place. My two walls in the room are 10 feet apart. Or you will say, um, the side of this rectangle is um, 12 inches in length, right? So these are the length or distance thing that we come across. Similarly, we talk about weight. Half pound of potatoes, 2 kilos of rice, 10 pounds of something, 1 ounce of something, right? Different depending on different sizes, different weight, or the quantity of things. You use different units for measuring it, right? You will not say the sorry, the side of this is half a mile, right? Mile is a much bigger unit, so use different units for measuring different sizes of this thing. Okay, so then we talk about volume. That is where you talk about uh, cubic feet, cubic centimeter, liter, all that. Okay, basically for measuring something which where you have to find out the space that it takes, or anything that but that can be measured in uh, in liters or cubic centimeters or cubic meters. Okay, so that is on the volume. And time is the only innocent thing that doesn't change much. So it's like seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, years. That's it. And so now what we learned yesterday was there are different units used, meaning there are different systems, and then within systems we have units. So that is where we learned about the metric system that is used primarily in UK. That was started from UK, and then it's used extensively in India, Pakistan, and other countries as well. In the Asian countries primarily, but then US brought in a system called US Customary system, and that has different units altogether. So yesterday we looked at the metric system where we talked about the song milli decimeter decimeter, deca, hecto, kilometer. And then this was for distance: millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, meter, decameter, hectometer, and kilometer. And everything is like 10 times. So 1 centimeter is 10 times of millimeter. 1 decimeter is 10 times of centimeter. 1 meter is 10 times of decimeter. 1 decameter is 10 times of meter. So that is how we derived 1 centimeter equals to, sorry, 1 centimeter equals to 10 millimeter,
Yeah.
or 1 meter equals, meter is here, centimeter is here, so there is two halves. So 10 times 10. If I have to convert meter into centimeter, I'm making two halves. That is how I'm multiplying by 10 two times. That is how 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Or 1 meter is equals to how many millimeters? So meter is here, meter to decimeter, decimeter to centimeter, centimeter to millimeter. So three halves. That is 10 multiplication of 10 three times. Okay, and that is millimeter. So 1 meter is equal to 1,000 millimeter, and that is how we derived 1 kilometer is how many meters. So this was for distance, and then the same thing can be related with, that is the same thing can be related for weight and volume also. So that is where the weight thing became gram instead of meter, and that becomes milligram, centigram, decigram, decagram. Sorry, milligram, centigram, decigram, gram, decagram, hectogram, kilogram. And same thing, multiplication of 10 thing comes into picture here also. If you extend that to volume, that is where we learned about milliliter, centiliter, deciliter, liter, decaliter, hectoliter, kiloliter. Okay, this is what we learned so far in the metric system. So in metric system, we use meter, gram, and liter for distance, weight, and volume. So that is how the same song repeats. Just that we replace meter with gram for weight, meter with liter for volume. Any questions so far before I move on?
No.
No,
Ayush,
but
yeah, fine.
is this what the volume is? Or do you
So meter is for distance, gram is for
but
weight or
are we
mass.
are we gonna learn what volume is?
We can learn volume at a concept level. Volume we will learn when we learn geometry in detail, right, from two-dimensional to three-dimensional shapes. But here volume, when you say, it's primarily for measuring quantities. Okay, so if you go for buying milk, you don't say I need 5 kilos of milk. You will say I need 5 liters of milk if you're talking in metric unit. Okay,
Okay.
and if you are measuring small quantity, let's say if you're measuring, let's say if you're buying vinegar, you don't buy vinegar in liters. You probably buy that in, milliliters or centiliters. So you will say, okay, fine, I need 10 milliliters of vinegar. If you're, let's say you're talking about making a cake with milk and vinegar, or do we use vinegar in milk? I don't think so. Okay, so if you're using milk and, let's say, vanilla essence for making cake, you will use milk, where you'll say, okay, I need 4 cups of milk or half a liter of milk. But when you're using vanilla essence, you will not use that in liter. You'll say, okay, I need, you know, 1 tablespoon of vanilla essence, because these are different quantities. So here, whatever we are learning with respect to volume, it is mostly to relate with quantity, and for different, different amounts of thing. Okay, but what is exactly volume, that we'll learn when we, go deeper into geometry part of it. Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Ayush, any question?
No.
Conversion is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do one conversion before we jump onto the US customary units. Okay, let's say I have one. I have to let me. Okay, let's do with gram, milligram, centigram, decigram, gram, decagram, hectogram, kilogram. Okay, now somebody says convert 1 kilogram to centigram. Okay, 1 kilogram equal to how many centigram? Okay, what will we do? We we remember the sequence, right? So milligram, centigram, decigram, gram, decagram, hectogram, kilogram. Centigram is here, kilogram is here. We have to convert kilogram to centigram. So let's look at how many hops we need. Kilogram to hectogram, hectogram to decagram, decagram to gram, gram to decigram, decigram to centigram. So we need one hop, two hop, three hop, four hop, five hop. That means we have to multiply 10 how many times?
5.
Five times. So if somebody says what how many centigrams you have in 1 kilogram, this is the answer. That is 10 to the power 5, meaning 100,000. Okay. Now, if somebody says, okay, how many centigrams are there in 5 kilograms? You will multiply this by 5 because you know how many you have in 1 kilogram. And if they're asking about 5, you will multiply that by 5. Okay. Any questions?
No.
No.
Okay. Now let's look at the length, weight, and volume in the US customary units. So far, we know only metric unit. Okay. Now let's look at length. Length in customary units. Here, what you deal with is called inches. Inches converting to feet. Okay. Feet converts to yard. Yard converts to mile. So this is a sequence. So let me clear it. So length is or distance, whatever you call it. Okay. Inch, feet, yard, mile. Do you know how many inches make 1 foot? Or how many inches make 1 foot? 12. How many feet make 1 yard?
12. Oh,
3.
yeah. 3.
How many yard make 1 mile? Oops. What happened? Okay. So Abhik is not joining today. That's okay. Understood. Yeah. Coming back to you guys. How many yards make 1 mile?
Mm,
Okay. So see this thing. It's 15, it's 50 to 80. Okay. So feet to yard. Sorry, my bad. So 1 mile has 50 to 80 feet. Okay. So I know this is something that I don't prescribe, but you have to memorize. So you don't have a choice because now these are the flat things, right? Like we had to memorize pi equals to 22 by 2. 1 mile is equal to 50 to 80 feet. That you have to remember. Remember, there is no option that we have. Mhm. So here's the thing. Let's go step by step. Okay, let's go step by step. Okay. Hmm. So 1 inch, sorry, 12 inches make 1 foot, 3 foot make 1 yard, and 1760 yards make 1 mile. So that is why 1760 into 3, if you do, is 0, 318, 3751 plus 3721 plus 122, 303 plus 2, 5280. Yeah. So 12 inches make 1 foot, 3 foot make 1 yard, and 1760 yard make 1 mile. Or you can say 15 to 80. I mean, it's just a conversion. Okay. So I know this is an overdose of information, but do you guys find it difficult to remember? Easy to remember? How is it?
Mm, difficult.
Okay, let's write it simple. Inches. Inches that you see on the scale, right? You have one side a centimeter,
How
one side
many?
inches.
How many inches are a mile?
So that we'll learn. Let's do it this way, okay? 12 inches. 12, if you put 12 inches, makes 1 foot. Okay. Now, if you put 3 foot, makes 1 yard.
Yeah.
If you put 1760 foot, 1760 yards, makes 1 mile. Okay. Now you're saying how many inches we have in a mile? It's a good question. Let's do it. You now let's look at 1 mile. Let's go backward from here to here, here to here, here to here. Now every mile has how many yards? 1760. 1 mile has 1760 yards. Okay. Now
Mm,
now we know that 1 yard is how many foot? We know 1 yard is
three.
3 foot. So if I'm converting this to foot or feet, I mean one foot, many foot is called feet. So that's why it is. Okay. 1760 into 3, this many feet, because I converted yard to feet. Okay, 1 yard is 3 feet, right? So I just converted it. So now I know that 1 mile is 5280 feet that we have found. And you are saying how many inches? Every feet is equal to 12 inches. So if I have to convert this into inches, I have to multiply this by 12 inches. Yeah. So basically what I did here, if you see, right? Mile 2 inches. We have to make these many hops. Every hop, in case of metric system, is 10 multiplied by 10. But here that multiplication is not 10. Here yard to mile is 1760. Yard, sorry, foot to yard is 3, making 3 feet, 3 foot make 1 yard. Similarly, 12 inches make 1 foot. So I have to multiply. Convert this yard. 1 mile is 1760 yard. Now convert that to feet. I have to multiply by 3 because feet is a smaller unit. Now I got this many feet. I had to convert that to inches. So I have to again multiply that by this factor 12. So this gives you the inches. So you can always see if you have to convert, let's say, mile to
Um,
foot.
um,
Yeah.
someone joined.
Okay. And that
Beep.
is Abhik.
Hello.
Hey Abhik, good morning.
Good morning.
So yeah. So I was sharing no, whatever we learned yesterday, we just went to the next step. Okay. So we learned about the metric system where we learned about the how to use no meter for
Customary.
measuring length from millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, meter, decameter, hectometer, kilometer. And then for distance, sorry, for the weight, we use gram. So the same concept we can use from milligram, centigram, decigram, gram. decagram, hectogram, kilogram, and then we learn about the volume also. Using the metric system where it is milliliter, centiliter, deciliter, liter, decaniter, hectoliter, kiloliter. So I just did a revision of that. In the I have recorded that in the video also for today's class. When you watch the today's class, you will be able to revise what we learned yesterday. And then we started with the US customary units, because in US you don't use meter, you don't use liter, you don't use gram. We use pound, we use inches, we use miles, we use gallons. Correct. So that's what we started with. So right now we are looking at the units that we use for distance, and that is what I was explaining. So here the units you use are not meter, centimeter, decimeter, decameter. You use inches. You use foot or feet. Okay. You use yard. You use mile. Okay. So this is a relationship here. If you put 12 inches makes 1 foot. 3 foot. So 12 inches make 1 foot. 3 foot make 1 yard. And 1760 yard make 1 mile. Okay. So that's what I was explaining. Ishan was asking, if I have to convert a mile into inches, what do I do? I said, you have to go backward. So 1 mile equal to 1760 yard. So you will use that, this many yards. Now you know every yard is equal to 3 feet. So if you have to convert that to feet, you'll say 1760 multiplied by 3, this many feet. So you went from here to here, here to here. Now you know that every foot is 12 inches. If you have to convert that to inches, that means 1760 into 3 converted to feet, and then you multiply that by 12, converts that to inches. So see, all this thing is getting multiplied to come here. If you're going from here to here, you multiply these two. If you're going from here to here, you multiply this and with this with this. If you're going from here to here, you just use this. Okay. So this is on the length or distance part. Any questions? Ishan, Abhik, and Ayush. Any questions so far?
No.
No? All right.
No.
All right. Now let's look at the weight side of it. So when you look at weight, in metric system, we used centigram, milligram, sorry, my bad. Milligram, centigram, decigram, gram, decagram, hectogram, kilogram. Here in US customary units, right? You use what? You use ounce, you use pound, which is LB, and you use tons. That's it. So, how many ounce make 1 pound? Anybody knows?
Mm,
16.
12. Oh,
16 ounce makes 1 pound. Okay. And 2000 pound makes 1 ton. So, I will let you guys think through it, memorize it. So, 16 ounce makes 1 pound, and 2000 pound makes 1 ton. Okay.
okay.
And again, if you want to go deeper, it's called US short ton, because in US they use not that way. Okay. So you can, for sake of simplicity, you will say ton. So 16 ounce making 1 pound, 2000 pound makes 1 ton. Now, if somebody says, like you guys always ask me, if I have to convert a ton to a pound, what do I do? You just go backward. So you know that if you have to convert 1 ton to a pound, you will multiply by 2000. So 1 ton is 2000 pound. Now you know that every pound is equal to 16 ounce. So if you're converting that to ounce, you will multiply by 16. And this gives you ounce. Okay. They write it OZ, right? Like ounce. So it is very important for us to know the sequence, like which one comes first, which one is a smaller unit, which one is a bigger unit, and then you'll be able to always be able to convert. If you don't know the sequence, if you don't know whether pound is bigger or ton is bigger or ounce is bigger, then your problem becomes bigger to solve these. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
Now, now let's look at something more interesting. Now let's look at volume.
Wait, could you repeat that?
Which one?
The um
Ounce,
one.
ounce to pound to ton. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many ounce make 1 pound? Who remembers that?
16,
16. How many pounds make 1 ton?
2000.
2000. You know it.
Oh,
Now, if somebody says convert it, you know how which one to convert. If you are you converting ton to pound, you will just multiply by 2000. If you are converting ton to ounce, you will multiply 2000 and then 16. So basically, you have to know how many steps you have to go back, and then what is the conversion formula, conversion factor. Yeah.
okay.
Now let's come to volume. You go to India, you go to Pakistan, you go to Sri Lanka, you go to Bangladesh, you go to UK. These places, you can buy milk in liters. 1 liter of milk, 5 liter of milk, 10 liter of milk. Easy, no problem. You have to buy vinegar. They'll say, okay, 100 milliliter of vinegar. Done deal, no issues. Come to US. That unit doesn't exist. What do we have here? That is again governed by the US customary units. That's what we call it. Now let's look at it one by one. Let's see if I myself remember things. Okay, there's something called teaspoon. Okay, then you have tablespoon. Okay, then you have cups. Okay, then you have pint. Then you have quart, and then you have gallon. Okay, 3 teaspoon makes 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoon makes 1 cup. Let me just refer to that conversion quickly. Yeah. So yeah. No. Okay. Okay. There's a one more thing. 1 second. Let me clear it. So teaspoon, tablespoon, then ounce, then cup, then pint, then quart, and then gallon. Okay. Now, as I said, 3 teaspoon makes 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoon, not 2 tablespoon. Where I'm going wrong. Oh, my bad. I was missing this guy completely. That's where I was going wrong. Now, 8 tablespoons make 1 ounce. 2 ounce make 1 cup. 2 cups make 1 pint. 2 pints make 1 quart. 4 quart make 1 gallon. I'm just confirming one more time, just to make sure that I don't teach you guys something wrong. Okay. 3 teaspoon make 1 tablespoon. 8 tablespoons make one. Mm, 2 tablespoon make 1 ounce. 8 ounce make 1 cup. Okay, that is where I went wrong. Okay. Yeah. So there's something wrong with what I was teaching you guys. So 2 tablespoon make 1 ounce, 8 ounce make 1 cup, and then 2 cups make 1 pound pint, and 2 pints make 1 quart, 4 quarts make 1 gallon. Okay. Now I also need to remember this. Okay. Otherwise, this is not right. Okay. So let's look at it one more time. Teaspoon is smallest. Tablespoon is after this. Okay. Then comes ounce. Then comes pound. Then comes where?
Cup.
No. I wrote something here. Bad. Instead of cup, I wrote pound. Ounce make cups. Then makes pint. Then makes quart, and then comes gallon. Okay. So 3 teaspoon makes 1 tablespoon. Okay. 2 tablespoons make 1 ounce. 8 ounce make 1 cup. 2 cups make one pint. 2 pints make 1 quart. And 4 quart make 1 gallon. This is the sequence. Okay. Now the question to you is how easy or difficult you guys find it to remember? Because I forgot as a teacher. Now I want you guys not to forget. Because I failing is okay. My report card doesn't change. But for you guys, you don't have the option. So we'll have to practice this. Okay. So remember this. 3 teaspoon. Teaspoons are much smaller. Okay. 3 teaspoons make 1 tablespoon. Okay. And again, these are the units that we use here, and you would have heard. Okay, put 3 teaspoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of milk. I mean milk powder, or no. So basically, it starts with teaspoon. 3 teaspoon. Is a much smaller unit that we use for smaller quantities. That comes to a tablespoon, and then 2 tablespoons make 1 ounce. 8 ounce make 1 cup. 2 cups make 1 pint. 2 pints make 1 quart. 4 quarts make 1 gallon. This is for the fluid, for the liquids. Okay. Yeah. Now, so what all we have learned today so far? We did a recap of how the metric system work and what are the units we have for length, for volume, and for weight or mass, which are millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, decameter, and that same song. Then if you look at weight, that is where the meter converts to gram, and that becomes milligram, centigram, decigram, gram, decagram, hectogram, kilogram. And then if you look at volume, that is when the meter converts to liter. And you can use the same song: milliliter, centiliter, deciliter, liter, decaliter, hectoliter, kiloliter. That's what we did. Then that is a unit or system used in Asia and in Europe, in some of the countries, primarily UK. But in countries like US and basically North America, you use a different system that is called US customary units. That is where for distance we use inches, feet, miles, and what was another one? Inches, feet, yard, and mile. And we saw the conversion for that. Then we looked at the weight side of it. That is where we looked at ounce, pound, and tons. Now we are looking at the volume side of things, where we are looking at the volume for fluid or liquid. This is where we come across this sequence, where we come across teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, cup, pint, quart, and gallon. So where teaspoon is the smallest, if you put 3 teaspoons together, that makes it 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons make 1 ounce. 8 ounce make a cup. 2 cups make a pint. 2 pints make a quart, and 4 quarts make a gallon. So if somebody says, how many quarts are in a gallon? It will be four. Four quarts equal to 1 gallon. Okay. If you are asked how many pints are there in a gallon, what will you do? You will start going backward. You went from here to here, four. And every quart is equal to 2 pints. So it's four into two. So every gallon has four into two, 8 pints. If you are asked how many cups will be there in a gallon, you'll go backward. 4 into 2 into 8. So 4 into 2 is 8, into 8 is 64. That means every gallon has 64 cups. Now, if you are asked to convert gallon into ounce, what will you do? You'll go from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. So basically 4 into 2 into 8 into 2. So 4 into 2 is 8, into 8 64, into 2 128. No, yeah, we were converting to ounce. So 4 into 2 into, okay, my bad. We are going from gallon to quart, quart to pint to cups, cups to ounce. So 4 into 2 into 2 into 8. So that is 4 into 2, 8 into 2, 16 into 8, 144. Sorry, 130, 128. Sorry, my bad. Okay. So table of 16 is what I have to remember again. I missed one. So you have to look at what is the conversion here between units and how many halves you have to go, and you can keep on multiplying that. So far, I have only taught you guys how to go from a bigger unit to smaller units. That is where you end up multiplying. From gallon to quart, you are multiplying by 4. From gallon to pint, you are multiplying by 4 into 2. If you are going from gallon to cups, you are multiplying 4 into 2 into 8. Okay. 4 into 2 into 2. If you are going from gallon to ounce, you are multiplying 4 into 2 into 2 into 8. And if you keep going up, you'll keep multiplying. But tomorrow, it might so happen that you'll be told, okay, I have 500 ounce. How many cups that will be? We'll learn that. We'll learn the division part later. Okay, let's not worry about that. Right now, our focus should be to understand what is the relationship between different units. How do I convert from a smaller unit to sorry, from a bigger unit to a smaller unit? What is the how many teaspoons make a tablespoon, or how many teaspoons make an ounce? So we'll that if we are able to understand that relationship, how do we convert? That will be much easier. Okay. So far we have learned the weight part of customary units, the volume and the length. So basically we covered all the customary units and the metric system. Let me pause here, see if you guys have understood and if you have any question or not.
No, I'm good.
No questions?
No question.
I'm
Can I ask a question?
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see.
okay.
This is again not to make you feel or good or bad. It is just to see if we have understood this. Okay. So can you guys tell me uh, what are the units that we use for distance in customary system? And take your time.
Uh,
Yeah.
we used foot, yard, mile.
Okay. Very nice. There's one more missing. Who can tell that?
Inches.
Inches. Yeah. Inches are the smallest unit. So inches, foot, yard, and mile. Okay. What are the units that we use for weight in customary system?
Mm, uh, teaspoon.
Weight. I said
Oh,
weight.
oh,
Careful.
li- no.
It's remember ounce,
And then
pound,
pounds.
and tons.
Yeah,
How many pounds make a ton?
2000.
2000. How many Um, how many how many tablespoon make a cup?
Eight.
Okay. How many? I said how many tablespoons make a cup, right?
Yeah.
It'll be
Isn't that two?
no, it's not two.
Oh,
It's two into eight because between tablespoon and cup you have something called ounce. So
oh,
2 tablespoons make an ounce. 8 ounce make a cup.
oh, 16.
Yeah. So I mean, what I would suggest you guys is after this class also just go through the video one more time. Note it down also on a piece of paper because no, when you note down when you write, your your ability to retain that information becomes more better. Okay, so write it down, practice it, close your eyes, think. Okay, am I clear about all the conversions? Okay, because this is exactly what I'm going to do. Okay, I was clear with everything else except that no the the volume part of it for US customer unit. Okay, I was getting ounce and cup no, confused, and that is what was leading to some information that I gave you guys that was not correct, right? So we have to always know the sequence, like we remember the song there, right? Saying teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, cup, pint, quart, gallon. So teaspoons make 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons make 1 ounce, 8 ounce make a cup, 2 cups make a pint, 2 pints make a quart, 4 quarts make a gallon. If you remember it that way, note it down. Maybe you can know you can print it out also and post it somewhere on the wall where you study, so that no while walking you just keep looking at it, and after no a month you would not need that piece of paper because no that will become part of your know what you call memory. Okay, I mean any which way, I mean whatever way works for you guys. I would not want you to keep on memorizing this all the time. Rather I would want you to find out some creative ways to memorize this and then use that for your sums. I mean you can probably even do some quizzes with your brother or your siblings or your family members, right? Say okay, fine, let me tell you how many ounce make a cup, right? If you go if you guys see your parents must be drinking tea, coffee, right? If you look at the cups there, all these cups are of different sizes that we have at home, right? But here as per the US customary unit, cup is a very standard unit. So you have to find out if there's a standard cup at home which is actually mapping to US customary unit. And then you can say this is the only cup. Every other cup is just a cup, just a utensil. But from a measurement point of view, this is the standard cup. And then you explain that backwards. Say, okay, fine. If you put 8 ounce together, that's what makes 1 cup. If you break every ounce into 2 pieces, that makes 1 tablespoon. If you split a tablespoon to 3 pieces, that makes a teaspoon. Yeah. Keep playing with that. Make that as a part of your routine because see, I I don't have to remember what is a kilogram because I did enough shopping of vegetables when I was in India, right? I don't have to remember what is a liter in milk, right? I bought enough milk when I was in India or other countries, right? Where I was using liter, right? Here also for buying gas, right? I don't have to memorize what is a gallon of gas because I know this is how I buy it and this is how I kind of use it on a day-to-day basis. So if you guys use whatever you learn in your day-to-day basis, share that with your family members, talk to your friends, explain or no exchange information. You will see you don't have to memorize it always. Okay.
okay.
Any questions?
No.
No. So any
No,
plans for the spring break?
I'm going to Las Vegas.
You're going
Really
to
much. I'm already in spring
Vegas.
break.
Babies like you guys going to Las Vegas, there'll not be much for you to do. Okay, but yeah, I mean,
Already
I
went
want to go
there.
to Las Vegas Pier.
I'm sorry.
I want to go to the Las Vegas Pier.
All right, right. No, yeah, there are a lot of events that you can do, but yeah, there'll be less.